Another day of talks between the Ministry of Education and the Guyana Teachers Union, where the Chief Labour Officer ended in a stalemate with regards to agreeing on the terms of resumption. President of the Guyana Teachers Union, Dr. Mark Light, said no progress was made to report on.
One of the things the ministry objected to again about the interim payout, so that remains a contentious issue with the payout, and we know it's critical to the resumption process.
So you're holding tight to that?
Yes, so far we're holding out on that. Like I said, there are some other considerations that were put forward with the hope that the ministry can look at that. If there can be an interim, then they can consider that. One of which is looking at the tighter timeline for the conclusion of the proposal talks.
Meaning from when to when? Are you
like before you? Part of our resumption clause is to indicate by what time we will complete the process.
Okay, and you're suggesting how many weeks or months?
We are suggesting, I think initially we said 30 days. They are considering that. So we have to wait until they come back to say what they are going to agree to. I think it's dependent on what feedback is given from the ministry in terms of arriving at that compromise. As you know, the Guyana Teachers Union have always been flexible in our position to ensure that responsible decisions are made in the interest of our learners and our teachers. But unfortunately, we have not seen that coming out of the other side. So I think that is a real concern for us, that if you're going to have parties flexing, then it has to be from both sides.
GTU General Secretary Coretta MacDonald said the union initiated the meeting with lots of hopes this morning.
And at this time when it's the last term for the academic year, which is the term for promotions, nothing is really happening. And as you would know, we started this since February 6th. And if you count all those times that schools have been out, our children have been out. As a matter of fact, if you drive the streets of Georgetown and elsewhere, you'll see our learners who are supposed to be at school, they're engaged at wash bays and several other places. That again is another aspect that we'll have to look at, because that's child labor. And to bring them out of that mode and to reorient them into school is another whole process. And so we initiated this meeting because we thought it was enough time from the last time we left, which was May 20th, to now that the ministry would have reconsidered their position. We came with a lot of hopes this morning, but like everything else, our balloons went down because the government is saying, through the Ministry of Education, they're not prepared to budge. We have offered several options, and all of those options were rejected by the Ministry of Education, which is saying to us that the Ministry of Education and the government, they are quite comfortable with this state of affairs.
Teachers resume strike action on May 9th as the fallout continues with the Ministry of Education over an increase in salary for teachers. Meanwhile, no date has been set for the next meeting between the two parties.